Frank Gore versus Deron Williams. Man, this one is interesting. Definitely interesting. And I am so excited to share my thoughts on this fight with you guys. It's very interesting because you don't really see this happening, right? I mean, they're going to be fighting on the undercard of Tommy Fury and Jake Paul, December 18th, Tampa, Florida. You do not want to miss it. This is probably the second most fight I am truly intrigued for, you guys. Obviously, the first being Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, main event, But this fight right here, it is flying so much under the radar that I am just truly intrigued as to what can happen. I mean, more on the reasons why this is going to be a good fight later. But let's start off by saying this. This isn't just any NFL player versus any ex-NBA player going against each other. No, this is a true NFL versus NBA. This is Deron Williams, a 3-time NBA All-Star, 2-time All-NBA first team, and he made the All-NBA rookie team in 2006. A legend. Played for the Mavericks, played for the Nets, played for the Jazz, and played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then Frank Gore, who's been to 10 Pro Bowls, and it seems like he's been in the NFL for about 400 years. I mean, the numbers that guy puts up is just truly astonishing. He is a representative of the University of Miami, and that guy, if there's any running back you want to model yourself after, it is Frank Gore. All right, they had their face-off today in their press conference, and man, there's a size difference, all right, between these two men. So I thought Deron Williams was going to be smaller, but Deron Williams is actually the taller man. Frank Gore might be the more bigger, stockier guy, but that's what's making this so interesting. One thing that these two guys have in common is they've both played in a Super Bowl, right? Deron Williams played in the 2017 NBA Finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Golden State Warriors, and Frank Gore made the Super Bowl 48 when they played, Super Bowl 47 when the 49ers played the Baltimore Ravens, one of the best Super Bowls I remember watching. Now, here's my thing that I love about this fight is that it's not a boxer versus an NFL player, or it's not a boxer versus an ex-NBA player. You get what I'm saying? We got a taste of this a little bit last year when Nate Robinson and Jake Paul fought. I think we all remember what happened there. Jake Paul completely flatlined Nate Robinson. But we were all intrigued because we didn't label Jake Paul as a boxer per se. I mean, he had one fight that was against Anderson Gibb, another YouTuber. We did not think Jake Paul was going to do what he did. And on paper and in everybody else's minds, everyone thought Nate Robinson would defeat Jake Paul just because he was an ex-NBA player. He has the toughness, he has the mental fortitude to go out there and not only win, but give Jake Paul a lot of problems. But we were all surely mistaken, sadly mistaken, and we deemed Jake Paul as probably, I want to say a real boxer, but a guy that shouldn't be fighting against ex-sports players, if that makes sense. So we got NBA versus NFL, two guys that are truly at the cream of the crop in their sport. Not so much anymore. That's why they're doing this. But I like this because both of these guys are starting from scratch, whereas Nate Robinson and Jake Paul, Jake Paul was already training for 2 years up till that point. Nate Robinson only started training about 6 months. 2 years to 6-7 months. Yeah, you don't have enough time in the world to learn the skills that a Jake Paul has learned. I'm talking about Nate Robinson, Jake Paul still, but you guys get the idea. Both of these men, high-level athletes, are starting from scratch. They're learning the fundamentals of boxing. And if they take this serious like Chad Ochocinco did, we're going to be in for a truly entertaining and intriguing fight. All right. And this is exactly what I'm proposing to the city of Pueblo. For those that live in this town or even a little bit closer, you know that there's some high-level athletes that tend to just chirp in the mic or chirp on Facebook and Instagram that they're about fighting. Not only are they chirping, but they're also former athletes. They played basketball or football in high school. They played in middle school even. I mean, we have in this town a lot of amazing athletes to where they want to step in the ring and box. Well, Frank Gore versus Deron Williams is exactly what I'm going to bring with my boxing promotion. Who wouldn't want to see a guy that played football in high school or a guy that played football in college mash up against a guy that played basketball in high school or a guy that played basketball in college? The possibilities are endless. I mean, They're just going to be super intriguing fights, especially in my promotion. You're going to want to see a guy from East fight a guy from South, one that played baseball and one that just strictly bodybuilds now. I mean, that's just super intriguing to me. I'm just a sports fanatic like that. So as far as the fight goes, prediction-wise, it's going to be tough because I have no idea what's going to happen. No idea. Frank Gore, I would say, has the strength advantage. Deron Williams would have the speed advantage for sure. I would have to say Deron Williams wins via decision. This is an exhibition. These guys are going to go out and try and take each other's heads off. So I say Deron Williams wins via decision. I do see it going all 4 rounds. I do think that Frank comes on strong, but Deron comes back and takes the split decision. I'd say a split decision because, like I said, both of these guys, they're starting from scratch. We're not going to see a technical fight. I predict it's going to be more of a brawl. And like I said, this is exactly what I'm trying to bring to my hometown of Pueblo, Colorado. An ex-NBA, an ex-football player, an ex-basketball player. Let's bring it together in my city of Pueblo. If you got anyone that played a sport or just is out there, hit my line. I will make it happen. A guy from CSU wants to box a former player from East. Let's make it happen. A Centennial golfer wants to box a South golfer. I'll make that happen. Sports need other avenues, and boxing is a perfect avenue if you have beef or if you just want to go test your power of will, and that is exactly what I'm going to bring. Thank you guys for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe. Please give me your take on this entire fight card. Give me your take on Frank Gore versus Deron Williams. Let me know what your favorite fight on the card will be, and most of all, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, keep it 100. I'm out.